Good morning, it's me. I'm back. I'm Stephanie Flath, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you live on Facebook on Wednesday, July 3. I shouldn't have to look because today is a launch of new online exclusives, but it's a habit. I gotta make sure I have the right date. So I'm live on Facebook on my business page, facebook.com/Dazzled by Stamping. You can find me any other time, for whatever other reason, on my website at dazzledbystamping.com. Whether you're looking for classes or looking for ideas or want to contact me, you can always click contact through that. So I am going to be showing today some new online exclusives. I'm so excited. So let me know when you're here. I'm going to refresh my screen a second. I almost forgot to do that. So I refresh my screen so that I can see comments even while I have my camera down. Good morning, Nancy and Sandy. How are you? Hi, Carrie. Thank you for joining me this morning. I'm excited about new stuff today. It makes me happy. Everybody trying to reconnect thing. Oh, I hope that's not going to go on all morning. Hi, Marcia. I'm assuming that happened to you guys too. Hopefully just one-time thing. Or quick prayer. Lord, please make this connection wonderful, and that be the only time that it happened. Amen. Hi, Judy. I'm so glad that you're here. And Marlene, thank you for joining me. So, Judy, did you pre-order any of the new online stuff, or Carrie, or Nancy? Any of you pre-order anything? I'm excited about what I did. I played a little bit. Actually, yes, I'm very happy you're awake, Sandy. It seems like I haven't seen you in a while. Have you been sleeping in, or have you just been busy? Hi, Jennifer. Thank you for sharing, Marlene. Yes, I'm always impressed when you get here. And Judy's even farther away. She's 5 hours less. I think she's 5 hours off. She's from Alaska. So she's up really early, and she's a night owl, total night owl. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for joining me. So I am both, but mostly sleeping in. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad you've been sleeping in. That's good. Wait until this month's coupon special. Oh, that's a good idea. No pre-order for me this time. Gotcha. Well, I ordered a few things, including I had to have there's a big old suite that we got to see Sarah and Shelly play with on the incentive trip. It was amazing, but I haven't played with it yet. But I played with another bundle. On my team retreat. I watch later each day, so I see you're live, just not live. Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's the way to do it. If I were you, I wouldn't be up. What is it? So it must be 7:30. I wouldn't be up at 7:30. That just wouldn't happen. So no problems with me. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to my randomizer really quick. And I have, in case you're new to me, my randomizer is an online name picker for the people to win the projects that I made last week. So I put in everybody's name who said hi and engaged with me and chatted and whatever. I set my alarm to be here. Good job, Jennifer. Hi, Christine. I haven't seen you in a while either. So I have my names in here, and I have 2 projects to share with you. They were what I was making for my clubs for the last 2 months. Hi, Mario. I haven't seen you either. Morning, Dot. Oh, Carrie Hacker, you're my first winner. Congratulations. Okay, so that's for last week's projects. Okay, pick one more name. Pick another winner. Start. Alighire, you're my other winner. Congratulations. I'm going to have to see which one of those have dots to give Dot. Oh, good. He's seeming like he's not been cooperating since he had his debut on my screen with his picture. I've not seen him since then. Congratulations to everybody. I love that you congratulate each other. It makes me happy. Okay, so what I'm sharing today it's called Changing Leaves. So it is a bundle. I feel so sometimes online I can't see things correctly, and it sort of feels like a suite. At least the products that I ended up using with it seemed like it all went together. But I never found it as a suite. I just found all the things. So it's definitely a bundle, and it's a hybrid bundle. So first of all, here is the stamp set, Changing Leaves. This is shown at 85%, so you can't see really how big it is. You're amazing in every single way. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. Here for you. A little note to brighten your day. And then leaves. So here is the stamp set. And then there are 2 sheets of dies. All right. I'm missing one of the dies here because it's in use. So here are the 2 sheets of dies. So these are all single dies. So there's leaves, and I'm not sure what this is, but I like it. The 2 things here, there's a third one that's like this but longer. They're stitched. So there's another stitched circle and like oval. It's in my cart already. Yes, you will get more ideas from me. And then this one, obviously you can use it to cut out a single leaf, but this is one single die. Okay, obviously you can stamp them. These are single stamps, so you could stamp them individually and use the detailed dies. I know I like the detailed dies. They're cool. I don't always use them. Just because I don't know, I like these are the kind of dies that I use a lot. I love those, but these make really cool accents, and I actually did that this time. Okay, so I told you it's a hybrid, so that means we also have I'm just showing you this also because it's in use. This is a 3D embossing folder. So as you can see, here is the great big leaf. Sorry, I have a hard time backwards on camera. And then here's one of the leaves, and here's the other leaf. So in this folder, this can fit into the folder so that you can emboss and cut it at the same time. But you can do either or both. So those are the things. I did not find designer paper for it, so maybe that's why it's not a suite. There's something that seems like it would go with it, but it's actually Christmas stuff. So, but it's changing leaves. And so again, this is an online exclusive, so that means it's not in any catalog, but you can find it online. You can go to my website, click shop. You can click, I even have on shop, I have online exclusives, clearance rack, I have all that kind of stuff. So you can just go find it. You can search for changing die or changing leaves, but it's only online. It's not in a catalog. So in case I haven't said this, I don't remember if I've said this on my lives in a while, or even ever. I'm not sure. I feel like I've said it in person quite a few times, but I don't think I've done it on my live. So Stampin' Up! Wants to bring you new products all the time. So they have a system, and this has been happening since last year sometime. Every other month, they come out with new stuff. So I'll start at the beginning of the year. January is a new catalog, the Celebration catalog, and what I still call is the Spring Mini catalog. Then skip February. March is new online exclusives. Skip April. Excuse me. May is the new full catalog. Skip June. July is new online exclusives. Skip August. September is the new holiday catalog. Skip, I have to, doing it this way makes me like, what's the next month? Skip October, and November is new online exclusives. Then skip December. Anyway, so there's always new stuff coming out every other month. So it's a way to keep things fresh and keep people wanting things, including us. And anyway, so I'm going to show you these projects. So one more thing. So as you know, probably skip to as you know, hopefully, Stampin' Up negotiated a deal with Close to My Heart. They did not buy the company a couple months ago, but they did offer a really good deal. Sounds like you're doing the 30 days of the month. Right. They did not buy the company, but they did offer Close to My Heart makers a really good deal if they signed up in April as a Stampin' Up demonstrator. They could sign up under a current demonstrator, or they could sign up under a maker that had signed up under it as a demonstrator. That month they got a really good deal, and then May started when they could start selling, because that was when their contract with Close to My Heart was done. Stampin' Up also bought some of the product that Close to My Heart was originally going to release themselves, but ended up going out of business and never released it. So Stampin' Up bought this product to be able to have for us. But because Close to My Heart, I didn't realize, I don't know much about other companies. I'm like Stampin' Up. That's my thing. That's who I am. That's what I do. It's what I buy. But Close to My Heart was quite a bit smaller than Stampin' Up. And so they bought product from Close to My Heart that hadn't been released yet, and they've released it now. This is the second month that they have released some product for them that was originally Close to My Heart's intended product. But because it was so much smaller than Stampin' Up, they couldn't make it available to us demonstrators and our customers. There was just too little of product. It would have sold out like in a couple days or something. So this is the second release of their product, and Stampin' Up has they've when this all came down, Stampin' Up fast-tracked products aimed for scrapbooking. And so this July-August release is the last one that's just for Close to My Heart previous makers and previous, like, the customers that qualified for that had to have had an online account with Close to My Heart. So they can order that stuff. Well, now, then, whenever the next one is, which sounds like it must be September, that will be product that's a lot more geared towards scrapbooking and stuff like that. So anyway, so new product was released today for them as well, but that's just for people who hadn't had a Close to My Heart account before. Okay, done. Now for stamping. So I'm going to put you down. Magic wand. I don't know why, after I've been doing this like what, more than 5 years, I don't remember, and I still have to talk myself through it. Okay, got my tools, unbackwards you and put you upside down, and here we go. Okay, so first of all, I'm starting with a simpler card. So I'm starting, this is Old Olive. I know it's one of Dot's favorites, but Dot, that wasn't necessarily why I chose it. It's just when I was online, I noticed all the new ink pads and wondered if we would I'll be using both or one or the other. So I don't know what their plan is with ink pads. I know that what is out right now, what is out right now is all of theirs. I don't know. I don't know if it's sort of to help makers transition to Stampin' Up! Colors. I don't have a clue what their intentions are color-wise or anything like that. I don't know. Okay, so I'm grabbing this first stamp, and I'm going to just kind of go back and forth because I'm going to make a background here. I should put this on this side. I always do this. Have it on my left side, and then I reach across the screen to get what to get to do my stamping. I love Old Olive as well, but I feel like I go through spurts of using it. I don't know, it's not a consistent color that I use, but yes, I like it. And I love how, it's funny, obviously this is a bold stamp. This one is a line stamp, but it's still bold. I love bold. It makes me happy. So I love how this bold, deep color looks on itself. I just love that. Okay, we're gonna do another one right here. Oh, that was a bad ink job. Well, we're gonna be covered up anyway in that area. All right, then we're gonna put one here. Okay, so I just wanted to make a background, so I just used the single stamps in Old Olive on Old Olive. Oh, I'm not done with that. Okay, next thing I want to do is, so I used this folder on Very Vanilla. I already ran it through for this time. And so here I have lots of good texture with these leaves here. And what I want to do is I'm going to use my blending brush and pick up some color. And I'm just going to blend. I just want it lightly this time. I'm going to blend right on the leaves. If it goes off the leaves, that's okay. But my intent is just to get the leaves, get some color on there. So then they stand out a little bit. All right, that's good enough. All right, so here is my embossed Very Vanilla with Old Olive brush on it. This is the larger brush, not the small blending brush, but it doesn't really matter. You can do the same thing with either. Okay, now I'm going to tear this. Oh, I forgot, I'm gonna need that again. I just want a torn edge. Torn edges make me happy when I do it myself. I do not like fuzzy edges from bad, from dull cutting blades. That makes me crazy. But torn edges make me happy, and I love having a little color on it. So here's my thing. Which remind me, I want to show you what I do for helping my blades last longer. Okay, so I have some early espresso, and I'm just gonna put this down. I just wanted to add a little bit of color, or a little accent color, I guess we'll call it. So this is gonna go here. And I feel like I need to switch this up. There's still some in here, barely, but it's low and it's gonna make me crush my... Make sure you save your outside case. This is reusable. It's gonna make me crush my embossing and I don't wanna do that. So there's enough flat surface here that I don't have to use tear and tape. I'm just using regular. So I want this right here. Okay, and then, so here is the die that I said was in use that I didn't pull over. So it's obviously a long oval die with stitching, but I wanted it off the edge. I wanted a flat edge. So I'm gonna take this. This is Mossy Meadow, by the way, and I'm gonna use Mossy Meadow on here with a thank you. Make sure it's inked well. Gonna go next to it. Perfect. All right. Then we're gonna put dimensionals on here. Oh, good. For a sec, I thought I lost them, but then I saw them really quick. So I'm gonna make it all the way across here. I don't want it to sink down. So I'm gonna put this on here. Put my die away so that I don't lose it. So I want to line up my thank you with this flat edge with the edge of my card is what my intention is. Okay. So here's my card so far. And these are some new embellishments. They're called Pecan Pie and Clear Ribboned Adhesive Back Dots. I'll pull them out and then I'll show them to you a little bit closer. They're ribboned. Not sure you're going to be able to see it. They're ribboned because you can see that there's tiny little like crosshatch lines on here. I don't know if you can see it, but in person you can see that there's some lines. So I'm going to take one of these Pecan Pie and put it right here, right on my end here. And then I'm going to do one more thing. There is some new ribbon that I have that I'm going to use on the next card. But for this one, I wanted something finer. So this is, black is not showing here, but this is the Baker's Twine Essentials Pack. There's vanilla, white, crumb cake. I don't know if that's smoky slate or gray granite, and black. Is it showing on here? It doesn't show on here. Old Alva Dots, perfect. Couldn't get better, right? Dot. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this around here a couple times. Whenever I use Baker's Twine, unless it's just to attach a tag or something like that, I gotta do it a couple times. It is better for me. But it still has a fine look instead of being heavy. Okay. So you have a few on here. Tie a knot. There we go. Now, sometimes I go back and forth how I like this to look. Sometimes I want it spread out and crisscrossed and stuff like that. And sometimes I want it to be lined up. I'm not really liking the crisscross here. Let's see if I can switch it up. I'm just gonna leave it. Anyway, here's my card. I'll slide this over just a little bit. I love that we have, you know I love coordination. If you don't by now, that's crazy. Fall is best of all. So I love that we have vanilla Baker's Twine and vanilla cardstock, and it just makes me happy to have coordination. It is, thank you. Okay, So my next one is going to be amazing, and I'm going to show you all the things about this stamp set that is fabulous. Yeah, it does look like a journal. Yeah, I know. You could make this. They made it long enough. I'm sure this was the intention. They made it long enough so this could be something where you use it to close something, where you put, like I could put adhesive on the back that's like tear and tape so that it holds it, and then fold it around to close the front too, and I don't know, somehow secure it. I do too. Thank you so much. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna need to cut something later. Remind me. I'm gonna show you how I clean, how I help my my cutting blades last longer. Remind me. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna use my F block. It's the biggest block. I think this is one we still have. We have to still have it. I know we got rid of a couple, but I don't believe this was one. So this is the one that's the size of, bigger than your card. I'll put it right on here. It's bigger than your card. So you use it for background stamps, that sort of thing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my stamps all on here. So that it will be right in line with my dies. Oh, I need to clean my stamps before I can do this, because I just used 2 of them. Just a second. Have you guys seen the Stampin' Scrub? I think most of you have been my customers for a while. You know the deal. Clean on one side, dry on the other. Wet. Dry. Okay. Now I'm going to take my stamp off my block, and I'm going to put it on here. So I'm going to put it right in here. This wouldn't be so awkward, but I already have, you know what, I'm going to take it off. So here's the best way to do it. I already had it on here, but then I don't know. Hopefully this will be able to see it. Okay, so I'm going to lay my die so it's cut side down. Put my leaves in here. There's 2 of them. See, I can slide this around and it's pulling my stamps everywhere. It fits right in here. And then put this one in here. Okay. Now, I learned this the hard way. And I almost forgot to do it again. So when I put this on my block, I need to make sure that if I'm using a full piece of cardstock or a bigger piece of cardstock, it's going to fit in this folder the right way. I had to cut off corners to try to get this in here. So this is my folder. Oops, it's one to stick. This is my folder. So I'm gonna turn this like this. No, I want my folder straight. This is how I want it. It shouldn't be this difficult, but so it's like this, and so that it fits everything. I want my black to go down like this so that it all fits. But now I got to make sure that it's in the thing, because I moved it. So when I did my first card, I didn't really think about it and had to make my corner, had to cut my corner off. See, now it's on my block in exactly the way that I want it on my die. Okay, now what I'm going to do is ink. This would be easier with Stampin' Spots, but I like these ink pads better, so I'm using this. So this great big leaf is going to be Old Olive. So this is one. Can you believe I made this card as a swap? We were doing online exclusives, or there were a couple other choices that we could do, but I can't get the corner here. There we go. I was a crazy and did this as a swap because it was an idea that I came up with, and I didn't want to come up with another idea. But this is not the kind of card that I would make tons of. Okay, so there's Old Olive. This one is Mossy Meadow. Tip it a little bit to make sure that you can see that there's ink on it. Get the stem. All right, and then Pecan Pie. I like this as a card, but in general, I don't like brown leaves. It's annoying. I like when they're pretty. Green is good. Red and orange is best. Yellow is sometimes cool. Brown, not my favorite. Okay, so I got this all inked. Now I need my cardstock, and I need a piece of scrap paper. I just threw some away just a second. Okay, so I want this on here. No, gotta look at my thing again. Okay, so I want this is the way it's gonna go in the folder. So I want to make sure that I get all my colors on here. Some of it's not going to be on here, but some of it is. Okay, so I use scrap to cover it. Whenever I use a background stamp or a stamp that is bigger than the cardstock that I'm using, I put scrap paper down and rub it so then I don't get ink all over my hands, and then all over my card, and then all over whatever else is around me. All right. Lift it up, and look, there we got our leaves. Okay, so that's just the first step. Well, that's already been a couple steps, but we're just calling that the first step. Okay, I'm going to close my ink pad so that I'm not laying stuff down in it. I just get so excited and leave things open. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, I just wanted this look. I'm using I don't even know what they're called anymore. I still call them aqua painters. Are they water brushes? Aqua brushes? I don't know. They come 3 to a pack, but this is the only one that usually I ever use, is this long brush tip one. So I am going to get it going, and I'm going to spread the ink that's on here. You can do it after the fact, or when it has dried a little bit, because I just did it last night on one that I hadn't spread yet. But some colors don't always work that way. By the way, if you don't know what I'm doing, I keep squeezing out the water to get it a little bit wetter. I don't like to squeeze it right on my project while I'm doing it, because it'll be way too much water. Okay, I got this. And we're gonna spread. It's funny, when you see the cardstock, Mossy Meadow and Old Olive really don't look that close, I don't think, but when they're inked on this, they do. Okay, now even though this is a bold one, I sort of want it to look, I don't want it to look out of place, so I'm doing the same to this pecan pie one too. So I just want to spread it a little bit. Okay. I'm done with that. Now I gotta look at what I have here because I feel like I already did. I did already do it. Okay. So, because it's wet, I'm not gonna do this. I thought that I was going to, but I'm not gonna do it right now. I have one that's already done. I forgot that I don't have one that's not embossed. I just have one that's completely done. But because this is wet, I don't want to put it through right now. But I would, I'm gonna have to do it this way. Did I do it right? How am I, oh, I can't, oh, there we go. This is not going the way I wanted it to. Okay, there. Just having a hard time figuring out where it all was. Okay. So it's this, oh, I do need to do it on this side. Okay, I just had it upside down. Okay, so I can line it up. Just a second, I need to do it straight on to myself and then I'll show you once it's lined up. Okay, so I line it up with the leaves. When you first started this, I never imagined it would be so pretty. Oh, thanks. Line it up with the embossing folder and then run it through. I let all of these dry well before I ran them through. Like when I did 20, I started with the first one that I did. Okay, so I'm not doing it now because it's still wet. But here is a done one. You can see there's some embossing here. I have a small piece, so you can't really see so much embossing of the rest of it, but it's because of the design that I have for it. So anyway, there's that. All right, now I'm gonna cut this actually. And before I do, I'm gonna show you what I do to make sure that my cutting blades stay, that they cut nice and clean as much as possible. Okay, so first of all, this is our paper cutter. I love it. I do most of my cutting with this, even though I have a great big other cutter. Cutting blade, scoring blade. Whenever I cut one way, and then my next sheet I cut this way. So if you're doing that, you're making sure that you're using both sides of your blade. So cut one time this way, put in new paper, cut one time this way. But especially with black and some other colors, you get stuff down in this crack. And it's not enough just to like take your cardstock and tuck it down in here. It's not even enough just to, I gotta get my scissors. Mine is so old, it wasn't made with measurements in the center. That's all, oh, it's amazing. The other thing that's really cool about this is, well, first of all, it's wider, so I put Sharpie marks on here. I think Stampin' Up should do it without my having to, but anyway, I always have 4 1/4 and 5 1/2 Sharpied, so that's where I'm always looking. But anyway, the all of the lines are actually under plastic. They're not on top of plastic, so they don't wear away. That was an improvement that they made with one of the things. Okay, so it's not even enough just to use your scissors, paper snips, to get in here. This is what I do. And I think I cleaned it recently, so it's not going to probably have much in here. But I use a baby wipe. And I use the back end, the back side, not the cutting side, of my paper snips, and I tuck it right down in the crack, and I run it all the way down here to the bottom. And then, oh, there is still some there. And then I use this to lift out. Look at what I got out of there, and I thought it was clean. Can you see it? There's That's what I got out of it. That's how I make sure that I'm getting clean cuts. I cannot stand fuzzy cuts, but you don't have to change your blade all the time. You just have to make sure that this track is clean. You're gonna want to do it a couple times. I didn't even think that this was dirty. I thought that I had cleaned it out last time. See, I still got some on that swipe, just on my baby wipe. It's important. I know this only because my helper that I have quite often lately, she's a lefty, and when she puts it in, she's going like this and it's sort of sideways. I'm like, no, you gotta go straight in, up and down. I know, I can't believe that I didn't tell you this so long ago. You're welcome. At our team retreat, one of my team members was like, I think I need a new blade. And I said, have you cleaned your track? And she said, yeah. And she said, I put cardstock right down in there. I'm like, that's not enough. And I brought baby wipes just for this purpose. Oh, I still need it though. And she did it, and it makes a huge difference. I told you twice already, I cannot stand fuzzy edges. Okay, so this is, I cut this to 3 inches wide, and so now I'm going to cut it 1 inch and another inch. Okay, so need my silicone mat. Doing it right now. Good job, Mario. It's amazing how much is in there. Totally after black. Black is one of the worst. Okay, so I have I made the mistake of only putting 1 strip of this down, the adhesive, on my swaps. They got kind of lifted on the edge because of the wetness. So even though it's skinny, I would suggest two swipes of your adhesive. I've been having this problem for a while. I even ordered new blades. They haven't came in yet. Well, this will help you so you don't have to do it so often. I always have a stock of blades in. Oh, I gotta make sure I have them in the right order. Sometimes you think you do, and then you don't. It'll make your stash of blades last so much longer. This one's sort of not in the right spot. Okay. There. So I have this on pecan pie. And then, oh, I forgot I have those. Okay. So I am going to wrap this with ribbon. So this ribbon, hi Carlin. This ribbon here is part of my card that I'm working on now. This is the second card. It's using a bundle that has a hybrid embossing folder, which means the 3D embossing folder plus dies work together so you can emboss and cut at the same time. Or embossing, yeah, emboss and cut at the same time. Okay, this ribbon, it's very vanilla. I forgot what kind of ribbon it's called. Just a second. It says cream. Oh, it just says woven ribbon. It's a 1/4 inch wide. I don't like it. I like 1/4 inch. I like 3/8. Like a 1/2 inch is about as big as I like it. I do not like wide ribbon at all. So this is perfect. And it's almost like, it says woven. It's almost like terry cloth. It's sort of soft, but it's not too thick. Just cleaned out my track using your tip. That's good. I'm glad, Marcia. Okay, so tying my knot, left over right, then right over left. Whenever I do this, I make sure that both of the ends of my ribbon are facing away from me before I do my right over left. No. Tuck it under. All right, this is not getting as tight as I want it. Okay, to help it get tight, I hold on to one end and pull the other. Okay, so we have this, and cleaning my tracks. I love it. That makes me happy. I'm glad that I could provide you something useful today. I'm gonna have to do a special post just for people who don't watch my lives but need to know this information. Okay, so here's my piece, and we're gonna put it down with dimensionals. I'm gonna do that first. Dimensionals. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got a lot now. I bet you did. I get a lot out, and I do it often. I don't know why. It's just something that things like that just come to me to do, and I don't realize that nobody else thought of it. Okay, so we're putting this on here. Okay. And for right now, what I want to do is stamp. I have more things to do here, but I'm going to stamp right now. This says, "You are amazing in every single way." So we're going to stamp here. I do have it off center a little bit. I have in mind for an embellishment. Okay. Now, before I put on my embellishments, I'm going to show you. Sorry, I got to grab it. I'm going to show you some die pieces that I cut out. So I'm using all these little leaves, and I am. Oh, where did my take your pick tool go? I thought I had it out, but I must have been good and put it away. That is rare, so it's annoying when it happens. Nicely done. It's still balanced. Thank you. Isn't that, am I the only one? Like, I can't find it because I actually put it where it's supposed to go. That happens all the time. Actually, no, it doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's like shocking because I've been trying to be better about putting things away. I've been keeping my desk not perfect with the bow where it was. Oh yeah, thanks. My tables have not been perfect, and especially after I've just been creating, they're horrendous. But I've been doing better, and it's not. My tables are staying better. Okay. So I got all these out. Now, some people don't even bother pulling all these things out, but I wanted them out. Okay, so by hiding in plain sight, that always happens. Okay, so I didn't show you, I used adhesive sheets before I ran these through. So does everybody know what adhesive sheets are? I'm going to show you just in case. So they come 6 by 12. They are a two-sided, well, it's adhesive covered on two sides. So you cut it to whatever size you want. You peel off a backing, put it down on the back of your cardstock, and make sure that the cut side down is going to go to the one where the back still is. I should show you. Oh, I'll show you here. Okay, this is a piece that I had. I put the backing on here. Put this through, cut side down, and now I just showed you I peeled. They can be your best friend. Peeled, yes, your adhesive sheets can be your best friend. They also can be really annoying though because you get adhesive everywhere. I have them for my class that I'm doing right now, and my people are like, oh, thank you for putting that on so I don't have to. So I peeled this backing off, and now I can tuck this in here, press it down. I want this one next. Peel this backing off. So the adhesive sheets actually have, so it's 6 inches wide, but there's 3 different pieces of backing here on one of the sides. So sometimes you'll have a seam that you end up having to take, like you might have two swipes that you have to take off the back of your die cut piece. There's that. And you might need to take your pick tool to get to lift the backing off. All right, so there's my, see, I don't usually do that kind of thing. Here's my extra die cut. Okay, now for embellishments. Just gonna use this. So we're gonna put this here. Gotta lift it up. These flat ones don't work well with the putty end. So put that there. And we're gonna put a small one here and a large one here. And there's my card. Thank you, Marsha. I'm glad that you like it. Okay, so I'm done stamping. I don't have any more tips and tricks that I can think of to share with you. Just a second, I'm gonna dump these out so they don't fly away. And I'll put you guys up. So on upside down, you put you backwards. And here I am. I think you should give that card to yourself. Thank you. Thank you, Deanna. I'm glad that you love it. Thank you, Dot. Okay, so here's my card. Isn't it cool? Sometimes I do things like this. Usually I don't do things like this that has so much going with it, and especially the die cuts thing, but I love it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Carlin. Okay, so here's my second card that I made or just got done with. And then my first card that I did. Wait, is this the one? Okay, I'm going to show you the one that I did earlier, because this is the one. I liked it. I didn't pay attention to the spacing of my baker's twine on the first one, on the one that I just did. Love the dimension in it. Very pretty. Thank you. So this one is lined up better. I didn't like the way that I lined up the one that I just did today. So here's the good one. And here's the one where I just sort of, I don't know, it got twisty and stuff like that. It's not the way that I prefer it. But this is sort of more my style. But I had to use all the parts and pieces. First one is very neat. Thank you. So I also have one more. I'm going to show you. This was my second design, but I decided to make it a little less, I get it out of the clear envelope. I wanted to make it a little simpler. So instead of doing this card, I did the first one. But this was how I originally had the card designed. So I had the same thing where I had to line up the stamps, and I did the same spreading of the ink and stuff like that, just with different colors. But I wanted to simplify it. So that's how we went from this, because it was too much. I didn't want to do too, like, same technique sort of thing. Too much. And then this one I just used with the blending brush. Yeah. Okay. So, Carlin, you probably didn't, well, you didn't hear because you weren't on the first part. So, this, I'm going to show you the stamp set again. Stampin' Up! Has new online exclusives right now. Thank you so much. So this is called Changing Leaves. So it's this bundle is the stamp set and has where did I put the dies? It's got dies. Okay, here's one of the dies. This is one whole die. This is how I could line up my stamps just so that I could put it with my embossing folder. And I can't find the other set of dies. Oh, it's underneath here. So there are lots of other products that Stampin' Up! Made available. And then here's the embossing folder. It's a 3D embossing folder. Thank you so much. So there are a lot of other products that you can get right now. They just went available today. And I forgot to mention we have a deal going on this month. It's amazing. It's always fun. So with every $50 that you spend, you get a $5 bonus code to redeem next month on purchases. So you have to have... Hi, Haley. I miss you too. I have, so you have to have an email list, or if I'm ordering from you, obviously it comes to me. But you have to have an email in your order. Make sure that it's valid, because that's where you will get your code. And then you need to save the email. Now, for my customers, I offered that you can forward me the email if you would like, and then I have a file. I have a bonus codes file for mine and bonus codes file for customers, but I need you to forward me the whole email, not just the code, and then I can, one, keep it safe for you so it doesn't get lost, and two, it's an extra person helping. Two, I can remind you to use it next month. But you need to send the whole email, because if you try to just send the code, you might not copy the whole thing. It's important if you don't have the whole thing. So every $50 this month gets you a $5 code that you can use for next month. So now through July 31, you can redeem August 1 through August 31, and I can help you remember to do that. So this is something that I've not... said on my lives. I've talked to a few of my clubs, and there might be a lot of questions coming up, but sort of how this bonus codes promotion happens is how Stampin' Up! Is going to be changing their host rewards program. They put a date on it, tentatively, of March of next year. So March of 2025. They're changing the host code program. And so rather than a host getting rewards, each person gets rewards, but it's going to be on as little as a $20 order, and it's a straight 10%. So this is going to be the same type of thing, just you get rewarded on smaller purchases even. The rewards will be something that you can redeem up to a year later. So each reward that you earn has a 365-day expiration date on it. So like if you earned a $5 today, it's 365 days from now. If you earned it in 2 weeks, it's 365 days from that. And it's on, it could be a $2 reward. It could be a $20 reward if you place in a $200 order. So things are going to be changing, and it's going to be next year. They've said tentatively March. So that sort of changed things with Stampers Clubs that I have. But it makes you be able to earn benefits more quickly. You don't have to have a $150 order to get a reward. You could have a $20 order and get a reward. So anyway, it's not something like right now you earn it and you redeem it right then. but the new host program that is coming is going to be, you earn it now, you save it for up to 365 days, but you can redeem it at any point. The computer will automatically keep track of it and will redeem oldest first. So it's just sort of the bonus days is just sort of an example of how things will work a little bit. So there will be some other changes coming up too, and I'll have to discuss with all my clubs and make sure that people have online accounts and that sort of thing. But anyway, so that is coming up in the future. But I just thought now was a good time to talk about it because of how bonus codes work. So just if anybody has questions, you can definitely feel free to reach out to me. I will definitely be talking to my clubs and how things will change or whatever we're going to do. But anyway, just wanted to mention that. So bonus days all this month and online exclusives. If you can't see it, it's not available right now online. That's just how things are. It actually will show you. Okay, so here's the thing. If it doesn't show up at all, then it's probably completely gone. But right now, like, we have a couple bundles that are in the catalog and they're not available. And it just says unavailable at this time. So if it says that, typically that means it is coming back. It's not just gone. So that's just something to keep in mind. So I think that's all that, sorry, I have some itch on the back of my leg. So I think that's all that I have to share with you right now. So let me know if you have questions or need to place an order. I have several clubs going this month if you want to add an order to a club that's going, or you can order online on your own and earn your own host codes. Feel free to forward me your email if you earn them, and I can help you keep track of them or remind you to use them, all that kind of thing. So thank you so much for joining me today. And go check out all the online exclusives. They're kind of fun. So I will see you again next Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on my Facebook business page here. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye. Oh, happy 4th. Bye.